Hello, hello, my darlings. Welcome back to Love Alchemy Tarot. My name is Valentina. I'm a dating and relationship coach and clinical hypnotherapist, and your guide towards finding ways to create the happiness of your dreams. I use tarot in all my work to help guide my clients towards those kind of solutions, those kind of insights that are needed to take your relationship to the next level. And here at Love Alchemy Tarot, I focus very much on love and relationship readings. Today, the reading is going to be very much about what is happening in your connection. How does your significant partner think and feel about you? And what do you need to know so that you can take this relationship to the next level, so that you can move things in case they are stuck, so that you know exactly what is blocking this connection and what needs to happen for you to shift the energy towards manifesting the relationship of your dreams. I believe in the law of assumption. I believe that we are creators of our destiny, of our life, and all we need to do is shift our energy. So tarot for me is like a quantic screenshot of what is currently happening in the reality that you've created. It's almost like you're currently reading from a page. You're reading a story from a page that you have written, but the reality is that you can literally change a different page, start the story again, and create a different version of you and your person. So for me, everything that you desire is available to you. The kind of relationship that you dream of is possible. So anything that the cards are telling you today can be changed, can be shifted if you focus your attention, if you're healing enough of your patterns to understand that actually the current reality is reflecting the inside of you, the patterns, the stories, the interpretations that you've made so far, but you can change all of this. So everything that resonates is a confirmation that you are on the right path, and all the things that do not resonate are simply hints of what your future could be. So let's find out what is currently happening in this connection. I'm going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, because I love using Oracle decks for the energy check. It is an easy way for me to understand what is happening overall in the connection rather than individually on the partner side, on your side. And after I pull a few cards from this deck, I'm going to move to tarot and find out what is happening for them and what is happening for you. So Spirit, please tell me what is currently happening in my viewers' relationship. What do they need to know? I'm going to get 3 cards. Let's see. So we have some interesting cards here. I love them. The first card that came is resilience. Resilience is a card that shows to me that potentially things have been difficult, things have been challenging, that you've been carrying burdens. It kind of gives me 9 of Wands energy, the energy of the wounded warrior, where you've been pushing through with courage and determination. You've tried to make this relationship work, and the relationship has not been easy, because the next card that came is extremes. Extremes speaks of the fact that this relationship may have had a lot of highs and lows, a little bit like the tidal moons, right? The tidal energies that are caused by the shift, the rotation of the moon around our planet. So it seems that sometimes you go complete into darkness with this person. Other times you may be feeling really high with them. You might be experiencing these kind of very intense moments in this relationship. And this can actually cause you a lot of difficulties and a lot of pain. And the next card that arrived here for you is release. I adore this card. This is one of the cards that speaks to me the most in this deck, because it is a reminder that whatever it is that you have created in this relationship needs to go. If you feel that it's been difficult, it's been challenging, and the relationship has gone from extreme highs to extreme lows, there are some patterns here that are really needing to be released, so that you can totally create that relationship of your dreams. Earlier, I was speaking about the law of assumption. And the law of assumption is the principle that says we create exactly the reality that we imagine. But it's not just in the vision, it's also how we feel. So if you hold on to feelings of resentment, if you hold on to the idea that it's never going to work, that this partner is never going to show you the love and appreciation that you desire, in those moments you are actually creating, you are writing that story, as I was mentioning earlier. You are writing the story that says this partner will never love me, this partner will never appreciate me, they don't know how to show me love. And all you need to do is change that. You need to release the story. It's not about releasing the person or this relationship. It's about releasing that version of the person that you have created. Literally rip the page out of the book that you're writing and start fresh. Say, this person absolutely loves me. We have the most balanced, most equal, the most, we have the most balance in our relationship. Everything is working just as it should. And I am indeed creating the relationship where I feel happy, I feel appreciated and validated every single day. So from this, I'm getting the feeling that this has been a difficult situation. So I'm going to use Harmony, the Harmony Tarot deck, to find out how does your significant partner think about you? How do they feel about you currently? What is their side of the story? And then I'm going to also get your side of the story to see how you are feeling about the connection. So how is my viewer's significant partner thinking and feeling about this connection? What is going on for them? Here we go. We have 3 cards. I'll stick with them for now. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. With this energy, I'm getting the feeling that maybe your partner has doubts that this relationship can work, that you can be victorious, that they can feel appreciated and loved. So when upright, this card really speaks about success, about happiness. It speaks about validation and appreciation. And because the card is in reverse, the feeling here is exactly the one that I was getting from resilience, that there doesn't seem to be balance, that there doesn't seem to be a lot of hope, because maybe the story that you've both been telling yourselves about this relationship has not been working. And of course, since I was talking about the 9 of Wands with resilience, the tarot confirmed this, saying that right now, actually it came up right. So with this 9 of Wands, it came kind of on the side. So with the 9 of Wands, there is definitely this energy that, yes, this has been challenging. This has been, you've been through a lot of battles, that your partner really feels that a lot of the work that has happened in this relationship really took its toll on you, and there has been a difficult time. I keep putting the card in reverse, so maybe this is intuitively, I'm getting the feeling that, yes, this partner is hoping to heal this connection, is hoping to heal themselves and their patterns, to reset the story of your relationship, to say, yes, actually, even though it's been difficult, even if things have not been going the way that I was hoping they would, I do want to be, I see this person as my wish fulfillment. So the 9 of Cups here speaks of the wish fulfillment, speaks about happiness and contentment. So maybe your partner, I'm getting the feeling that really this partner is looking at this relationship as something that could still become their wish fulfillment. They still want to have happiness and joy with you. And the last card that came is the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So the 3 of Pentacles in reverse is again confirming the story that the first energy check that the Queen of the Moon Oracle told us, that your partner is not really convinced that there has been a lot of collaboration, that there is potential for building a solid foundation here. But, they maybe do not believe that this can work out, that there's maybe too much pain, too much challenge. So even if they see you as their wish fulfillment, even if they see the potential of this relationship to be really amazing. At this point, maybe they lost hope, they lost faith. We're going to find out. What do they think is the current barrier? So what is stopping you and your significant partner, your special partner, from getting back together and from creating balance in this relationship? One more card, please. What is stopping you? Oops, I got two more cards. Fine. Here we go. So the first card that came is the Page of Cups in reverse. So the Page of Cups is this energy of a potential new beginning in love, of someone really making you an offer, making you an apology. But with the card in reverse, it says that at the moment, the flow of love is a little bit blocked. Of course, I've asked a lot about blocks. So with this card in reverse, it says that maybe you have stopped giving each other love. Maybe your partner has stopped giving you the love because they think it's been way too hard. Maybe they think it's not going to work out anyway. So how are they going to make it work? What's the point of giving you when they're not receiving anything in return? And we also have, we have 5 cards. Nice. So we also have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be that this person has decided to let go. You have a second card of release. So they're no longer holding on to how the relationship used to be. It does not mean that they're letting go of you. It doesn't mean that they're moving away from you, but they're simply, the card is saying that they're releasing something that no longer serves them. And maybe it is that they need to have a little period of break. And the card that was hiding underneath the 4 of Pentacles in reverse is the 8 of Swords. So this card speaks of limiting beliefs, speaks of patterns that were at play in this relationship. So clearly the presence of this card here says that there are essentially 2 different stories that you're telling yourselves. Maybe they also don't believe that the relationship could work even with the 9 of Cups there. And we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, which means that they also have a pattern and doubts about what is currently possible in this connection. And the Temperance in reverse, the next card that I'm seeing, Temperance speaks of patience, but also speaks of balance, of masculine and feminine, of giving and receiving. And with the Temperance in reverse, it says that currently there has not been this balance in the relationship, that you have not managed to find that that perfect spot where you give, you receive, where your action and your reaction were in a place where things could go forward in a nice, positive way. And the last card that I didn't see is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Pentacles in reverse speaks about commitment, stability, speaks about someone who is definitely capable of creating something solid. And with this in reverse, either your partner does not feel that they can provide the stability and the commitment that you desire, or that they haven't felt this from you. Since I don't know if your partner, it's not about masculine or feminine, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of hope in this relationship from the side of your partner. I'm going to get one more card for blockages because I like to have symmetry. So give me one more card, please, to confirm what is this? Why is this King of Pentacles in reverse here? Okay, there we go. So the cards never lie. It's absolutely magical how it happens. The next card is the 5 of Pentacles. So really, I'm getting the feeling that your partner has really felt rejected, abandoned, left out in the cold. So their current point of view about this connection is that really they are not getting what they're wanting. They are needing to let go of a story. There needs to be a little pause in the connection because they do not feel that they have that there is enough capacity to build something solid and to create commitment. They don't feel that there is much potential for this relationship. So I'm going to get a few more cards for their intentions. What is your partner intending to do? What are their intentions in this relationship? One more card, please. We have 2. One more card. I have the 7 of Wands. One more card, please. No. All right, here we go. So in terms of their intentions with this connection, I'm going to move this a little bit. So we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of defensiveness, is holding back, pulling back, really not coming towards you with any kind of offer. And also we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords kind of came on the side. So I'm feeling like, yes, there was a lot of conflict. Maybe the person still feels very conflicted about you and about the state of this union. But with the card on the side, I'm getting the feeling that, yes, your partner is kind of preparing to put down the weapons, to put down the swords, and to stop fighting with you, because with the Seven of Wands here, it says they're pulling back. We have the release here, the release of the story. And then here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles speaks of effort, speaks of honing your skills, speaks about investment in oneself. So the story that I'm seeing in this connection is that your partner is deciding that they're going to pull back from you. They're going to potentially stop having any arguments with you, trying to fix the relationship. Clearly, their current view on it is that there isn't really a lot of potential for getting back together, for solving the problems, for releasing the limiting beliefs that are holding you back, and actually I'm seeing them investing in themselves, looking at what do they need to know, what are the patterns that they have brought to this relationship, because the patterns are not just one-sided. Relationships are like a dance, so the two people are involved, and if things are not working, it's not because one person does something wrong, but because the communication, the connection, the way the energy flows between the two people is not working. So this is actually very good news, because it means that your partner is looking at themselves. They're looking at everything that they have already. So the Pentacles represents the material world. So they're looking at themselves. They're looking at, what do I know? What do I have? What skills do I have? What do I need to continue to work on, so that maybe sometime in the future I can create more balance in this relationship. So we have the card of extremes, which is of course imbalance, and we have temperance in reverse, which also speaks of a lack of balance in this relationship. So it seems that what's missing, the one element that stands out for me from this reading, is that there are a lot of pentacle cards here, which means that this relationship is lacking stability and grounding, and there hasn't been you haven't found together a way of making things work. So I'm now going to get another deck, the Arcanum Tarot, to understand a little bit about your energy, to see what is happening for you. So Spirit, tell me, how is my viewer currently feeling about this connection? How is my viewer feeling about the connection? Hang on, I have the Nine of Swords, fear and anxiety. So the lack of connection here is really keeping you awake at night. How does my viewer feel about it? Queen of Wands. How does my viewer feel about this connection, about this partner? The High Priestess. Okay, so here we go. I love these cards, really. The energy at the bottom of the deck is Death in reverse. Death in reverse speaks of the fact that a transformation needs to happen. It needs to, currently, it seems that you are still holding on to a version of yourself, a story that you've created that is not actually working for you, and this story needs to be released. And the card Release and Death in reverse speak about the fact that whatever it is that you're holding on about this relationship really needs to be let go. Currently it hasn't, because Death in reverse is an energy that says you are still holding on to that version of you, and clearly it's not really working for you, because the Nine of Swords is telling me that this relationship is definitely causing you a lot of overthinking, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, the sort of energy that makes it really difficult to move on with things. And with the Queen of Wands, maybe you have a lot of passion for this relationship. Maybe you are very much feeling that you are very attractive, very passionate about this. But also the Queen of Wands is someone who's very creative. And even if you are staying up at night thinking about this, at least you are exploring what can get you into a point, into a position that maybe will attract this person back to you. If they're really holding back now, pulling back from yourself, maybe you need to step into this kind of divine feminine energy. The aspect of the Empress that is the Queen of Wands for me is the aspect of tapping into the creativity and the passion, and almost, you know, the sex chakra, that part of life that brings you vitality and joy, to get you to overcome these patterns of fear and anxiety. And with the High Priestess, it's exactly that divine feminine energy that I was speaking about. The High Priestess is a card of intuition, is a card of wisdom, feminine wisdom, is a card of really exploring the deep knowledge, the hidden knowledge, tapping into the information that is behind the veil. I'm getting shivers a little bit, so I'm definitely feeling confirmation that you are currently tapping into your subconscious, and you are actually listening to tarot, which obviously is a gateway into the unknown, into messages from spirit. So I feel that you are trying to step into your divine feminine power, into this energy of I don't chase, I attract. To me, the Queen of Wands is the precursor of the Empress energy, and together with the energy of the High Priestess, I feel that you are definitely trying to tap into your feminine energy to become magnetic, to become attractive, to overcome the patterns that have stopped you and your partner from creating a beautiful relationship, so that you learn from it. And you have the High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles side by side here. So your partner is looking at themselves and their skills, what they need to keep working on. You're coming in with the energy of the High Priestess, which also speaks about introspection in a way, but tapping into our hidden knowledge that is already there. So let's see, what is blocking my viewer from moving forward in this connection? What are the current blocks for them? What's blocking my viewer, please? What are the current blocks? I have one card, two cards. What is blocking my viewer? So I have three cards. Let's see how they came. Energy at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. So you want communication. You want something to move forward. You want action. You want things to really get somewhere. But with this at the bottom of the deck, it means, and in the position of blocked energy, I'm getting the feeling that there hasn't been a lot of communication in this relationship. You and your partner have not really been able to get to that resolution. And you're obviously mirroring your partner, because the card that came here is the Four of Pentacles in the upright. So your partner has the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which means that they are trying to let go of some of the old things. You are still holding on to something. It could be that you're holding on to these patterns, these old stories that are keeping you up at night, or you're still trying to hold on to the connection, to what's familiar for you. And Seven of Pentacles, look at this. Your partner has Eight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So you are in evaluation mode. You're trying to think about what has happened in the past, how has your investment in this connection paid off or not. You are really looking at everything. You're doing some evaluation and some assessment of how things have gone so far. It seems that your partner has already potentially done that evaluation, because obviously the 8 comes after the 7, and you're still trying to contemplate what is really needing to move, what is really needing to grow, where do you need to keep investing, where do you need to keep putting your effort for this relationship to move forward. So you're looking inside of yourself with the High Priestess. You're trying to tap into your intuition. You're trying to stand in your power with the Queen of Wands and look at what is really going on. And you are not letting go of this connection, even though it's causing you some heartache and some pain. And you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, it says that you do not feel that the current relationship is giving you enough love. Essentially, the Ace of Cups is a new offer in love, a new beginning, energy coming towards you, and you're currently maybe not reaching out to your partner. You're not giving them your energy, and you're trying to really focus on yourself, which is actually wonderful. But you're also not receiving anything from them. So with the Page of Cups in reverse on their side and the Ace of Cups in reverse on your side, I get the feeling that this relationship is not currently in contact, so to speak. So you may be in separation with this partner. You may not be talking very much, but you're still not letting go of each other. Both of you have the Four of Pentacles, so that means that there's still a connection here, and you are in introspection and in self-evaluation, which is wonderful news. So tell me a little bit, universe, spirit, about my viewers' intention towards their partner. What's their current intention in this relationship? What are their intentions, please? All right, I have 3 cards. I'll take them. So the first one is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So you are not ready to move on. It is very obvious to me that you are holding on. You're really trying to get this relationship back together. I think you're hoping to turn around this Three of Pentacles and to try to find ways of making it work. And you're definitely not moving on from this relationship. You have Four of Pentacles and Eight of Cups in reverse side by side, which is plenty of confirmation that you're still holding on. And then you have the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse is this energy that tells me maybe this relationship has knocked your confidence a bit. Maybe you're not feeling very sharp. You're not feeling that you are standing in your power. You're feeling a little bit like, oh, I've lost control of this situation. I don't know exactly how to move on. And with the Six of Pentacles here and the Emperor in reverse, I'm getting the feeling that you're recognizing that maybe in this relationship needs to be more equal give and take. There needs to be more balance. We have 2 cards of a lack of balance here, extremes and temperance in reverse. And here I get the feeling that you're recognizing maybe there hasn't been enough give and take, equal give and take in this relationship. And with the Emperor in reverse, there is definitely this controlling energy. So it could be that you felt that you were very controlling with it, in reverse as your intention. It tells me that maybe you are now realizing that you need to be more balanced, that you need to be able to have equal give and take with this partner and not try to be so controlling. I'm not calling you controlling, but it could be, you know, when we are in this energy of anxiety and fear, we are desperately trying to force our partner to tell us what's happening, to give us reassurance, to make sure, we want to make sure that we know everything about them and where their whereabouts, what is really happening, so that we can feel in control. But actually balance and allowing the partner to come towards us when they want to, it's definitely very important. So your your partner has the Five of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles as your intentions, which means that if the partner that didn't feel very loved and appreciated, they felt abandoned, maybe because there wasn't much of a cup of love being given to them. Maybe your emotional contribution to the relationship was limited, and therefore they felt that there isn't really enough give and take. So now you're recognizing that you're not ready to move on. You're trying to give up the controlling, authoritarian tendencies that you may have had in this connection, and try to create more balance with your partner. And this is really good news. I see that there is a lot of beautiful mirroring here of how you're growing with this partner, even though you are not currently potentially together. With all these cards that speak of release, I think definitely it is important for you to go through a healing period. The separation in a relationship usually represents an opportunity for healing and self-awareness, so that really you learn those things that really need to happen. And because we're talking about healing, I'm going to get some of the soul truth self-awareness cards. It's a beautiful deck that really helps with knowing what kind of areas we can look at individually. Since you are in self-evaluations, if you're trying to tap into your high priestess energy and to find out what are some of the messages from the universe from beyond the veil, let's find out with this deck, what do you really need to focus on? So what does my viewer need to know right now to heal their soul? What soul truth needs to come to my viewers right now to help them heal themselves, their negative patterns, and disconnection? So I've got 2 cards. I'm going to get one more, and I'm going to read you these beautiful messages because they are very powerful. Okay. Oof, I got a lot, so I'll take all of them actually, because 5 cards wanted to come. So when the universe wants to speak to you, they speak to you. So Spirit, let's see. I'm going to take them as I find them because I think the messages are the same. Where does my soul want to travel? So this is a travel card. The concept of traveling is not only physically, geographically going somewhere else, but also I think this question is really about what different, let's say, dimensions do you need to explore in your soul journey? What part of you needs to be discovered? Here, the card speaks of physical travel, but for me, it's also the metaphor of going to places you've never been before. So the card says, when we travel, we grow. We open up our little world to more adventure, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. So speaking about the voyage towards oneself. Our hearts and minds expand and our desires are satisfied. Where is your soul calling you to visit? So to me, this is a beautiful message of self-exploration. A very beautiful quote from Marcel Proust comes to mind right now, that says the real voyage of discovery is not in seeking new landscapes, but is seeing with new eyes. And again, I'm getting shivers, which is confirmation that this message was meant for somebody. So the soul action that is suggested by the card says, pick a location on your desires list. Choose a date when you will get there and start planning. Create a Pinterest board or start searching or travel sites for the best restaurants, anything that will create movement to let the universe know you are ready to make it happen. Believe you can. The message that I'm also getting, what I'm hearing with this card, is not just a Pinterest board about locations in the world, but I think you could really explore with journaling what sort of aspects of yourself you want to visit, what parts of yourself currently need to be expressed. They're bubbling up under the surface in all these challenges, in all this fighting that you may have had with your partner. Any place where you feel triggered is actually an opportunity for you to heal a part of yourselves. So if you feel called to write a list of all the triggers that you have, it would be very interesting for you to explore potentially with a therapist, with another kind of reader, with a personal reading if you want, to really explore what parts of yourself really, really need to come out right now. And of course, the next card is another message that really fits in with what I've just said. This card says, how can I be more flexible right now? With the Emperor in reverse here, I feel that there was a lot of inflexibility, that there was this energy of, I want things my way, they need to happen how I want it. And I think this message about being more flexible with yourself, with the relationship, with the partner is very beautiful. So Emperor in reverse, excuse me. The card says, what are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. So many cards of let go. Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. And the soul action for you, it's remind yourself all day long that you are safe and that life is happening for you and that you are not alone. Maybe do some yoga instead to let this energy flow on a physical level. And this is beautiful. These cards confirm very much what I've been saying until now, because yes, we're trying to control everything when we don't feel safe. Essentially, the Emperor in reverse is an energy that doesn't feel safe, doesn't feel like things are happening as they wanted. So maybe you need to explore a little bit the potential for letting go. Look at this, three cards side by side here. So how can I be more flexible? Not willing to let go with the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. So let's see what these other cards are telling us. What if it isn't true? So beautiful. What if it isn't true that I see myself as maybe abandoned, maybe that I'm not receiving what I want, maybe that I am not receiving the love that I desire? Or what if it isn't true that maybe I gave everything and I didn't receive enough in return? So the message on the card says, the thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, if it isn't for you, what if it wasn't there? So this card speaks of all these limiting beliefs, all these stories that we tell ourselves about how we want a relationship to be, how we need to be in a relationship. And what if it isn't true? Because actually our brain lies to us. Yes, our mind is lying to you. It's just repeating the same stories that you've been telling yourself since you were a child when you didn't have enough knowledge of the world and the universe. And you've created the story to protect yourself in that moment in time, but that story is no longer true, but you're operating as if it was. So if when you were a child, you didn't hear the words, I love you from your parents, maybe you made the conclusion that it wasn't true, that you are not loved. And now you may be very triggered when people are telling you, I love you, because it's something that is so unfamiliar. And you've already decided that it could not be true because nobody told you when you were little. So what if it wasn't true? So today's soul action is, it's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? This is such a beautiful, heart-opening question, because if you realize that the story you told yourself is not working, what if you could change the story, change the page, just turn the page and write a new story? This story is yours to create. It hasn't been written yet. So the version of you that wants to come out needs to be allowed to come to light. And all these cards are telling you just like that. So journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul truth? Oh my God. Seriously, universe, thank you. You are so amazing. So we talked about release several times. There's at least 4 cards in this particular reading with tarot about release. And this is what you need to let go. It's not about releasing the partner. It's not about releasing something that is toxic. It is about lies that you've been telling yourself. This is exactly what my reset method talks about. It's really about helping you identify those patterns. It helps you to rewrite that story. It helps you to then embody the new truth, the new story, to live with it in your cells. So let go of what is not actually true, but you've been telling yourself for a lifetime. So the next card says, do I know all my strengths and am I using them? A lot of the times, the reasons we hold on to these old patterns is because our brain still thinks we're 2 years old and we've got no power in the world. But as adults, we do have a lot of power. We've created a lot of safety around ourselves, but we forget that we are very strong. So the message on the card says we all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Oh my God. So ask yourself today, how can I use one of my soul gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? So this high priestess here, all these messages about finding your own truth and digging deep inside yourself to get the messages from your intuition. This is a wonderful question for you to journal on, to say, how can I use one of my soul gifts today? Because we all have them. We all have superpowers. You just need to tap into yours. And the final card that came out, am I communicating my needs? So your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you have not communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? And the soul action is journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting and with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe to express my needs? I'm going to put these questions in the description, so if you need to journal, you can find them there. But what beautiful messages that the universe is giving you to help you shift this energy, because nothing that you see here is set in stone. Everything is an image of you. So if you feel resistance inside your body, that resistance will also be transmitted to your partner, because you are essentially, there's a pipeline of energy going between the two of you. And that again is so beautiful. I'm going to use two oracle decks to get advice for you today. And the first one is this beautiful angel therapy oracle cards, because this whole channel is not about reading the future, is actually reading your potential, is guiding you towards the potential to heal those parts of yourself that needs to be healed. This is not fortune telling. I don't care about fortune telling, because the fortune has not yet been created. And you can create this fortune by following the advice here on the card. So angels, tell me, what does my viewer need to know and to do to heal their current situation? Wonderful. I already see the first card, although I've got three, but the first one that I see is the one that flew to the side. And this card says, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So when I was talking about the whole somatic release, that is a part of my reset program, I'm talking about this. Sometimes we say, yes, I forgive you, but we hold on to the unforgiveness inside the body. And it's not about the other. The unforgiveness, it's really about ourselves, those patterns in ourselves, the stories that we're told ourselves in throughout our life, in all the different moments of our life, that is currently not being released. So being willing to forgive yourself as much as what happened in this relationship is really, really important. The next question, or sorry, the next advice from the spirit is deal away addictions. Now, I'm not talking about substances. I don't think this card is about substances, but it's kind of the same card as temperance I see here. You see, because temperance is an angel. We have an angel here. Of course, all these cards are about angels, but it's almost the same. You have the angel pouring some water, some emotions from what looks like a mirror or a big cup. So I really see it as being exactly the same angel as on the temperance card. And the message here, it is time to let go again of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. Really, I love how tarot is always consistent, no matter how many different decks I use, no matter where the cards come from, the messages are always extremely consistent. So deal away with addictions. The overthinking is an addiction. The not letting go of patterns is an addiction. The holding on to a part of ourselves that has protected us in the past but is no longer protecting us today is an addiction. We're addicted to unhappiness sometimes. We're addicted to arguments. We're addicted to the old way of being because we don't know how to let that part of us die. So that death in reverse that was here earlier is exactly that. The last card here says, have you asked your angels for help with this? Your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. So yes, you have created this reality. You have created the rejection. I'm not saying this to judge you or to blame you or to trigger you, but to say this is just a reflection. The current situation is a reflection of any conflict and rejection that you feel towards parts of yourself. And in order for the angels to come and help you, you really need to allow them, to invite them to guide you in this, because they are always working in our favor, but they cannot do it over our dead body, so to speak. So these are messages from this deck, and I'm just going to use my telepathy oracle cards because this is a card, this is a deck that is more about soul connections, to see what do you need to know about this connection. A lot of the messages that you receive are about yourself and your own healing, and we've just checked how your partner feels about you. They're currently working on themselves, but I'm going to ask this deck to tell us, what is the advice? What else do you need to know? What do my viewers need to know and do? What do they need to know about this connection that will help them shift the energy to a more positive place? So I don't know what that card is because it didn't turn, but we have strength. I'll take two more, please. One more. Ooh, I love that card. I just gained one more card. Tell me what's going on. All right, here we go. Beautiful cards already. So I'll take the first one, which didn't turn around. Let's see what it is. Okay, feelings, right. So what do you need to know about this current connection is that there are deep feelings between you and your partner. The card says, take the time to explore the deep emotions that you are experiencing. So if you are in separation, it is clear that both of you are suffering. It is clear that both of you are thinking about each other. Both of you are working towards resolving this relationship, trying to release each other, trying to release the old patterns and all of that. So the intensity of the feelings seem to be quite high. And the message here from Spirit is to take the time to explore this. Do not brush over this. Do not sweep it under the carpet, but simply take the time to live through these emotions, because emotions are guiding tools. They are the angel's way of really teaching us how to move forward. And we have strength here. Strength speaks about the power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. So you are not letting go of each other. You have a very strong connection. You feel for each other. That's why both of you have the not letting go. And again, you had many let go messages in this reading, but they're not about letting go of each other. They're letting go of the old patterns that are actually preventing you from coming together. So strength speaks of love being this energy that literally is like a drawstring that pulls you together all the time. And the reason why this is happening potentially is because we have twin flame. Twin flames themselves contain an aspect of each other's personality. Lots of mirroring in this reading. So if you are currently in separation, and if you know anything about the twin flame journey, you know that when we are twin flames, we cannot heal when we are together, where we have a lot of conflicts. There's definitely many challenges, much pain that we have to go through in the early stages of a twin flame relationship, before we learn our lessons, before we learn how to let go of the parts of ourselves that are no longer needed. And this is exactly the reason why our twin flames, what the twin flames come into each other's lives, to teach them the hard lessons, to teach each other the hard lessons, because they really are a part of us, part of our soul, that we just, part of our souls exported outside so that we can look at it and heal it. So yes, it's a very powerful connection. You feel very attracted to this partner. You cannot let go of each other, but you absolutely must let go of the aspects of the relationship that are not serving you. And then you also have acceleration. Acceleration says speed up and chase the results that you want. So acceleration to me is a message that says, do not sleep on this. Do the work. Do the journaling work, do some healing, allow yourself to really evaluate this situation, and tap into your intuition, and work on these controlling tendencies, so that you have more equal give and take, so that you and your partner can find balance. There are so many cards of balance, and balance can only be found if we let go of those things that are weighing us down, that are too heavy, and that they need to be released and forgiven and healed, so that we can move towards union. I want to get some cards about the potential outcome. So I'm going to use the Arcanum Tarot because I love this deck very much. What is the potential, the current potential outcome? If my viewers do all this healing, What's the current potential outcome in this connection? What's the current potential outcome? One card. Two more. Current potential outcome. I never like to take one card. One more. Oops. Okay, two more. Ooh, look, wonderful. So the first card that came is Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. So we have two cards of action. Strength, so strength and strength, two cards of action, and the Hanged Man. Beautiful cards. So in terms of potential, I think that there's definitely change happening in this relationship, but it might be slow because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. But the Knight of Pentacles brings stability, brings commitment. In order for things to have a solid grounding, things need to be built on a strong foundation. You had the Three of Pentacles in reverse on your partner's side earlier. So yes, if there is potential for renewal in this relationship, there is definitely a need for things to go slow, but there is definitely still potential for passion in this relationship. However, with the Hangman in reverse, sorry, the Hangman card here upright, it tells me that there needs to be a pause. So for me, the message for the outcome is that you have to stay in your strength. You have to tame your inner lion, if you like, that lion that was the fiery energy. Maybe that was the argumentative part of you, and work on the stability of yourself, creating your own stability before you give in to passion. So the Knight of Wands is this kind of inconsistent energy, very hot and cold, very hot-headed. So yes, you could be jumping back into it. The twin flame journey has a lot of twists and turns and backwards and forwards. So I think the universe is really saying, take your time, be patient with this, do the work before you head back into the attraction, into the maybe the crazy chemistry that you have with this partner. Don't rush things. You could be rushing into it, and the universe is telling you to take a pause and be strong and build your strength, because with two strength cards coming up here, you do have a very strong connection with this partner. It just it's a relationship that has the potential to teach you a lot of things, and to create a very, very stable union for yourself. So don't jump into it head first. Take your time to really work on the things that are going to secure your solid future, and things will go the way they should be. So if you like this reading, if it resonated with you, please leave me a little comment, an emoji, a like, a share. If you like the message that I'm sharing with you, I would appreciate if you were interested in subscribing to this channel, because I do a lot of readings about love. A lot of my readings are about soulmate and twin flame, but also a lot about how you can heal your own patterns and how you can reset your own compass for love, so that you really create that love alchemy that I like to talk about here. So thank you for your energy. I really appreciate the energy that you put into sharing and listening to my words. And if you're interested in private readings, or to actually take a relationship diagnostic session, you can do so at the links below. And keep watching. I'm gonna continue to share with you all these messages of love. So thank you, and until next time.